Pupillary reflexes. Today we will be talking about the pupillary reflexes, how the reflection is happening in the pupil, that is the pupillary reflexes. And if you observe the pupil, this is the pupil, that small opening of the black dot, that is the pupil, and this is the iris. So iris is restricting the amount of light that is reaching the retina, and pupil limits the amount of light that is reaching the retina. Size of the pupil in bright light is 3 to 5 mm, and size of the pupil in dark light is 4 to 8 mm. So the pupil usually constricts and dilates. What is this mechanism? We'll be studying here pupil constriction. First we'll know about the pupil constriction. If you observe, we are showing the bright light, or else in bright light the pupil constricts. That means the pupil is becoming small. You can see here, this is the bright light. The pupil is becoming very small. So that is less than 3 mm, that is the constriction. Whereas in dim light the pupil is becoming large. That means that pupil is dilating. That means if we observe our size, measure the size of this pupil, that will be more than 6 mm. And next one is, we have to know what is pupillary light reflex. So when light is thrown into the eyes, we know if we show the light to the eye, the pupil usually constricts. That means it becomes small. That is the light reflex. And types of pupillary reflex, that is direct and indirect. So first we'll study about the direct pupillary reflex. When the light is thrown into the eye, the constriction of pupil, you can see here the constriction of pupil on same side. We are showing the light to the right eye and constriction also happening on the same eye. That is the direct pupillary reflex. Whereas in indirect pupillary reflex, the constriction of pupil on opposite eye. So we are showing light here, but constriction is happening on the opposite eye. This is all about the direct and indirect pupillary light reflex. So we should know why this constriction and dilation is happening. With the help of iris muscles, those are present in the iris, those are the dilator and sphincter pupillae. So first we'll talk about the sphincter pupillae. You can see here around the pupil there are circularly arranged. That is the sphincter pupillae. And dilator pupillae, these are arising at the root of the iris. You can see here they are arising from the root of the iris. These are the dilator pupillae. And we have to know how the light is reaching from cornea to the retina and from retina to the brain. This is the visual pathway. So first the light reaches to the cornea, from cornea to the iris, from iris to the pupil, and from pupil to the lens, and from lens to the retina. So I said from retina to the brain it will reach us with the help of optic nerve. So we'll see how the light is reaching from retina to the brain. So first light reaches to the retina, their retina nerve fibers will start. Through that the light will be reaching, and those retinal nerve fibers will crisscross here. That is the optic chiasma. From there optical tract will start, through this light will travel, and later lateral geniculate bodies. These are the lateral geniculate bodies, and then the light ends at the occipital lobe of brain. Only 50% of light will reach us to the occipital lobe of brain, and remaining 50% of light reaches to the midbrain. Here the pupillary reflex will start. From occipital lobe of brain, the light reaches to the midbrain, and they reaches to the Edinger-Westphal nucleus. From here they reaches to the, that means the light reaches to the ciliary ganglion. Ciliary ganglion are present behind the eye. With the help of oculomotor nerve, light reaches to the ciliary ganglion. From here the light reaches to the iris. So this is how light is intimating the constriction of the pupil. This is the pupillary reflex pathway.